In the system automatically handles the lookups for the primary key on a based object. And let me digress here. I have to expand this. All right. And this is going to be sort of going back to an earlier discussion, but I got to bring it in here now that we're discussing it in the context of lookups. So I have said that we have the based object. Let's say customer. Remember the based object? You define your attributes. Let's say first name, last name, middle name, etc. So you have defined those. And remember that I said that in the based object, there are also a bunch of system columns that the hub generates. So we have that. And every based object has supporting objects. One of those is the cross-reference. So we have the based object and we have the cross-reference object, which is supporting the based object. The cross-reference object has the same data columns, first name, last name, in the based object, and it also has a lot more system columns. The based object cross-reference table is much bigger than the based object. This is why sometimes I say that the parent based object or the primary object is really the cross-reference. It is the totality. And so the cross-reference is much more complex than the based object itself. It has something called the source system. It has something called the source system keys. From the cross-reference, I can go back and get data lineage all the way to the staging, all the way to the source. So that's sort of what's going on. The lookup is really accessing the cross-reference data. And if no value is found, then a new row ID object is generated. So when it's a new record and it's an insert, a row ID. When it's an update, that's when we have to enforce referential integrity. And this is when the lookup is being used.